WCBI News at 10 starts now.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Quentin Smith. Mississippi is suing the federal government on behalf of 3 school districts. Now, the lawsuit, it alleges that land has been damaged as a result of practices by the Corps of Engineers. Courtney Ann Jackson explains why the state is trying to recover the lost money.
Mississippi has more than 640,000 acres of 16th section land. That's land in each county that generates income for the local school districts. But Claiborne, Wilkinson, and Adams are struggling to generate money because of flooding and silt buildup.
Actions taken by the Corps of Engineers 75 years ago, now reflecting in damages that have occurred here in the last couple of years and as we've gone forward, and appear to be in a position, unfortunately, that it will not be remedied so long as the river is channeled and not allowed to take an alternative course.
The old river control structure was designed to change the flow of the Mississippi River. It's located just over the river in Louisiana near the far southwestern corner of Mississippi. It divides the flow of the river, with 70% staying in the Mississippi and 30% going to the Atchafalaya River in Louisiana. But the unintended consequence has been the flooding and issues in Mississippi.
We have 8,000 acres in these 3 school districts. They have basically been taken by the floodwaters of the Mississippi River on a continual basis. We can't harvest the timber, we can't get timber companies in there, we can't get the revenue, and even if we were, we would end up with a willow patch. And that's what's happened to us based upon actions taken at the old river control structure by the Corps of Engineers.
That's why the state is suing the federal government. The suit essentially states that if the flooding is going to continue, the feds need to pay for the damages.
So the fact that this exists at all, as long as it exists there today, we believe Mississippi's going to go underwater.
The state's seeking at least $25 million in damages. Courtney Ann Jackson, WCBI News.
There will now be a new but familiar face serving as Chief Deputy for the Lowndes County Sheriff's Department. Earlier today, Sheriff Mike Arledge appointed Greg Wright to the position. This will be Wright's second time to serve as Chief Deputy. Now, Wright, who has more than 30 years of experience in the department, is currently over the Criminal Investigation Division. Today's appointment comes after former Chief Deputy Mark Miley retired from the position just last week. Wright is also a candidate in this year's sheriff's race. Well, the city of Tupelo is also seeing a change in leadership today. Tupelo's Director of Development Services says it's time for him to leave his post for a job in the private sector. Our Allie Martin has more.
Shane Hooper knows his third-floor office has the best view of any office in Tupelo's City Hall.
That great view of Tupelo comes with a lot of hard work.
Hooper was appointed Director of Development Services by Mayor Jason Shelton in 2014. During the past 5 years, Hooper has mapped out strategies for residential, commercial, and economic growth, while also overseeing code enforcement, building inspection, and zoning and planning efforts. Recently, Hooper announced his plans to leave his job at City Hall for a position in the private sector. During Hooper's tenure, the city's Mill Village neighborhood has undergone numerous improvements as part of a revitalization plan. There has also been steady growth in commercial and residential construction. Hooper says he has made it a point to develop strong relationships with developers and contractors.
And helping them understand that we are here to help them and assist them has paid tremendous dividends for the city of Tupelo, as well as working with our contractors. Our contractors have to feel like when they turn in a set of plans that we can get that set of plans turned around and get them working on the project that the developer wants built in a quick manner.
The city's efforts to revitalize the Ida Street area by purchasing dilapidated apartments, tearing them down, and selling the land to residential developers is another achievement Hooper is proud of, along with the 28-acre commercial development known as Landmark.
It is Tupelo's largest private mixed-use development in Tupelo's history. We're looking at over 120 jobs there. We're looking at over $60 million in private investment. Talking about 2 hotels. One of the restaurants is already under construction.
Recently, Hooper received a master's in economic development from the University of Southern Mississippi. He's not quite ready to tell what his job in the private sector will be, but he does say his time at City Hall has allowed him to foster many contacts with key officials in economic and community development, and he says he looks forward to utilizing those contacts for the next chapter in his professional career. In Tupelo, Allie Martin, WCBI News.
Now, Tupelo Mayor Jason Shelton issued a statement thanking Hooper for his service to the city, saying in part, under his leadership, our city has experienced unprecedented growth, a commercial housing boom, and a higher level of customer service than ever before, end quote. Well, it is now time to turn our attention over to weather. Meteorologist Jacob Dickey is standing by with a first look at our forecast. Jacob.
Hey, Quentin, we've got some showers and storms on the way. It feels like spring outside. Those temperatures are in the 60s. The dew point's also in the 60s. South winds between 5 and 15 miles an hour will continue over the next couple of hours. Most of the rain is off to our north and west still. A few showers sneaking into the viewing area now. That will change by tonight. All of us will get some of this heavier rain and storms coming in our direction. Coming up in just a few, we'll talk about the storms, time them out for you, and let you know what to expect tomorrow. Quentin?
Thanks, Jacob. While congressional leaders work to hammer out a spending bill to try and avoid a second government shutdown, President Trump is taking his pitch for a border wall to Texas. CBS's Natalie Brand has more from the White House.
President Trump held a campaign rally in El Paso, Texas on Monday night, and he brought the battle over the border wall with him.
I don't know, you heard, right? Today, we started a big, beautiful wall right on the Rio Grande.
His rally comes just days before the threat of a second partial government shutdown. El Paso's Republican Mayor Dee Margo disputed President Trump's claim that the border barrier made El Paso safer, pointing out that crime began falling before the fence went up.
We were safe before the border wall went up, or I call it the fence.
Not far from Mr. Trump's rally, El Paso native and former Congressman Beto O'Rourke, who's said to be considering a 2020 run, held a rally of his own.
We stand for the Constitution of the United States of America and against emergency national security declarations.
Over on Capitol Hill, key members of the House and Senate say they have reached an agreement in principle tonight on border security to avoid a second government shutdown. The latest sticking point centered around the number of ICE detention beds, which Democratic leaders want to cap.
This is a poison pill that no administration, not this one, not the previous one, would or should ever accept.
Lawmakers must pass a deal that the president will sign by Friday night or face another partial government shutdown. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Now, the president has hinted that he might be willing to settle on something less than his initial demands for $5.8 billion. Well, when you file your taxes this year, you may see some big changes, and it could impact your refund. A tax bill signed into law in late 2017 means fewer available deductions this year, which means you could see smaller refunds or even write Uncle Sam a check. WCBI's Stephanie Poole has more.
Keep your eyes open and be on high alert. Your taxes won't look the same this year. A new law is making standard deductions much higher.
Most people won't have enough to actually itemize unless they have an extreme amount, but they also did away with your Schedule 2106, which is employer unreimbursed expenses, and they pretty much, unless you're about one of 4 different types of people, you cannot claim those anymore.
Accountant Dennis Duran says qualified business actually benefit. They get a 20% deduction. Another change is in health care, where some will have to pay.
If you don't have health insurance, in the last several years, you would have to pay a penalty, depending on, your income and filing status and dependents, or, who all you have at home.
Brenda Martin says her clients were also surprised when they see the child tax credit and its lower figures.
It's the child tax credit, which at first they had promised $2,000, but they're not getting it. They're getting $1,400. And then a lot of time people don't see it because I do a review of my tax return with my clients.
Those with earned income credit, child dependents, or those that went to college in 2018, your returns won't be processed until after February 27th.
That was our Stephanie Poole reporting there. Now, if you have any questions, be sure to speak with your accountant or tax preparer.
Well, rain and storms are on their way tonight. We will get some sunshine back, though, by Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday. Coming up after the break, I'll time out the storms, let you know how much rain we expect, and when it all moves out. Stay with us.
Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with meteorologist Jacob Dickey.
Well, very much feeling like spring out there tonight. We've got overcast sky and those temperatures in the 60s still. 64 at Tupelo, the dew point 60, and south winds between 5 to 15 miles an hour, continuing to keep that warmth and moisture in place. All across the area, we're seeing those low to even mid-60s. It's 63 in Vernon, 64 in Macon, Winona, and Grenada also at 64 at the 10 o'clock hour. The rain not far away, just off to our west and north, seeing those showers now creeping into Lafayette County as well as the Alabucha County. The rain will continue to move off to the east here with this big batch of moisture off to our west. Rain and even some thunderstorms down in northwest Louisiana. Those will continue to slide our way over the next several hours as we watch these storms move on in. By 11 o'clock, really that rain continuing to move our way overnight tonight, seeing the leading edge of showers and storms really make its way by 3 a.m. along the Natchez Trace Parkway. That will continue off to the east, then into the Golden Triangle as well as West Alabama through the morning hours. I think the morning commute will be wet, some showers and thunderstorms likely, and those storms will continue to push through the morning hours on Tuesday. Not expecting a whole lot tonight as far as severe weather is concerned. Still, though, with the thunder and lightning and heavy rain, will be a bit gusty with the winds out there, too. South winds staying between 5 and 15, keeping those temperatures up at 62 in Columbus, 61 in Amory, 59 in Tupelo, and we'll see those storms continue through the morning hours, turning to showers by lunchtime. Still a few showers out there, I think. 60s, and then our temperatures take a tumble thanks to that cold front pushing on through. Northwest winds are going to bring in that cooler air into the afternoon and evening. Southwest winds will start in the morning hours. By the afternoon, northwest 5 to 20 miles an hour, even higher at times. So these temperatures you see here, they are morning high temperatures. In the afternoon, again, we're in the 50s and even to the 40s by the evening. So enjoy the 60s in the morning because you'll need those sweatshirts by the time we get to Tuesday night. Once that cold front pushes on through there, again, still some showers in the lunch hour. I think we get some sunshine in before sunset on Tuesday afternoon, so that would be a nice change of things for us here. But then as we get to Wednesday, we keep that sunshine in place as high pressure is in control. But it being February around here, the next system right around the corner, more showers expected on Thursday into Friday as that next cold front pushes in our direction. Now, if you're wondering how much rain we expect, 1 to 2 inches over the next 7 days is what we anticipate. Some spots a little more, some spots be a little less. Quick check of the temperatures in the long range there. We got some colder air coming February 19th through 25th. On the latest outlook, I've got those details online. Tonight, temperatures in the 60s, some thunder expected, not anything severe. We'll be staying warm through the weekend. Showers continue Thursday and on Friday.
Welcome back. All month long in Health Talk with the Baptists, we're looking at your heart health. Now, heart disease, it can take many different forms. In the past, we've learned about coronary artery disease, and tonight we begin to look at heart failure.
Hi, I'm Dr. Julius Quero, invasive cardiologist and part of the cardiology team at Baptist Memorial Hospital, Golden Triangle. Tonight, I'll be talking to you about congestive heart failure. The term heart failure, sometimes known as congestive heart failure, occurs when your heart muscle doesn't pump blood as well as it should. Certain conditions such as narrowed arteries in your heart or high blood pressure gradually leave your heart too weak or stiff to fill and pump efficiently. Not all conditions that lead to heart failure can be reversed, but treatments can improve the signs and symptoms of heart failure and help you live longer. Heart failure can be ongoing or chronic, or your condition may start suddenly. Signs and symptoms may include shortness of breath when you exert yourself, laying down, weakness and fatigue, swelling in your legs, ankles and feet, rapid or irregular heartbeat, reduced ability to exercise, increased need to urinate at night, swelling of your abdomen, persistent cough or wheezing with white or pink blood-tinged phlegm, very rapid weight gain from fluid retention, lack of appetite and nausea. You should seek emergency treatment if you experience any of the following: chest pain, fainting or severe weakness, rapid irregular heartbeat with shortness of breath, sudden severe shortness of breath, and coughing up pink foamy mucus. So join us next time for Health Talk with Baptist when we will discuss the risk factors for congestive heart failure.
Mail your topic suggestions to healthtalk@wcbi.com. Health Talk has been brought to you by Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle. Your WCBI Sports with Courtney Robb.
Just 8 weeks ago, the Mississippi State women fell to Oregon on the road, and 7 weeks ago, the loss dropped them 4 spots in the AP Top 25 poll and out of a top 5 ranking. But after countless wins and not a single loss since then, the Bulldogs have officially re-entered into the top 5, ranked at number 5 in the AP Top 25 poll. The Dogs remain as the only undefeated team in the SEC, not having a single conference loss. Mississippi State also currently ranks as the number 2 team in scoring in the country, averaging 88.2 points per game, and 5th in rebounding, averaging 45.2 rebounds per game. Vic Schaefer discusses the team's success after the win over Tennessee this past weekend.
You have no idea what my kids do every day in practice. You have no idea how long and the focus that we spend on defense. A lot of teams don't even, some teams don't even work on defense. I have to use that in recruiting against me. You go over there, you're going to have to learn how to play defense. Well, yeah, you're going to learn to play defense, and we're going to win too. But at the end of the day, it's these kids work hard at that, and we take great pride in that. I got 4 seniors out there. They know how to defend. They know how to guard. So I think it's the product of, what we do every day.
Well, after being in a bit of a rut for a few weeks, it seems that Ole Miss has sparked enough life to start finding wins again. The Rebels are back in the win column after taking down Texas A&M at home and then Georgia on the road. And now the Rebs head to Auburn, the last meeting where Ole Miss was able to upset the top 10 team and shock the world of college basketball for just a little while. But now the question for the Rebels is, will they be able to do it for a second time?
We just got to do simple things, get back, rebound the ball, points off turnovers. What I see when teams go to Auburn, they quick shoot, I mean, we're going to try to play in transition, play fast, but once you get in the half court, you can't just one pass, quick shoot. It leads up tempo and all those possessions that they get. So you got to really run really good half court offense.
I would say defensively we really made their guards uncomfortable for a lot of the game. I don't think we just let them, kind of just pick us apart and make plays. I think, we kind of set the standard on the defensive end. I think that really helped us.
Let's get to some current basketball. ICC at Mississippi Delta. Starting things off is Tanisha Miller, who grabs the rebound and gets the putback while she's at it. Some more action from the Indians. Tabria Gandy turns it around, pulls up inside the paint, and gets the shot to go. And if you like threes, here's the game for you. Shamia Williams, she knocks down the shot from downtown. It's going to be good. And we'll take a quick break from the 3 shot for a second. Williams again, this time she gets inside and gets the layup for 2 more points, but back to the 3-point contest. Taking it over is Gandy from right behind the arc. She knocks the shot down, and then Kaylin Wilson gets in on the 3-point action. She gets a shot to go as well. And we're not over with the threes just yet. Here's some more 3 action. Whitney Watkins wants one of her own, and she gets it, drains it. And then with the game winding on down, Keely Wilson out in transition finds Buford and gets the bucket. And to seal the fate, going to be Wilson again, this time finishing out the way we started with a rebound and the putback. Itawamba able to secure a double-digit win over Mississippi Delta, 78-66, and they remain undefeated. And now time for the men. ICC at Mississippi Delta getting things going in the men's game is Race Champ. He knocks down the fadeaway Jay to score some early points for the Indians. Later on, Champ again this time finds Madarius Hobson, who gets inside for the layup in the 2-point basket. And then Hobson back at it again. He returns the favor and finds Champ for the switch-up. Champ knocks down the 3-point shot. And this game was all Champ. Champ again, no regard, gets in the corner and hits the triple for Itawamba. And a few plays later, Akeem Kirkwood with the follow-through snags the layup for the nice play, but ICC can't finish it off, and Mississippi Delta gets the win 64-59. That's it for sports. Your last look is next. Stick with us.
Showers and storms are on their way tonight. Temperatures where we are now really stay in the 60s through the morning hours. Then once that cold front comes through into the early mid-morning hours, temperatures start dropping. We're in the 50s in the afternoon, 40s and 30s by tomorrow night. Wednesday, still warm during the day. That dry air allows for mild temperatures in the day, cooler air at night. We're back muggy on Thursday, Friday. Our next system moves on in. Kind of got a quick back and forth on the roller coaster ride here.
So we will need that umbrella later on this week.
For sure.
Heard it here first. Have a good night, everyone.